What's going on over there? Ein zweiter Bourguignon. Und die Flight Attendant.
Unforgivable, this is unforgivable!
Ich spreche jetzt mal, okay?
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? The movie is late! It is the same level of bad as if the plane arrived late.
But the movie...
What? I will not talk to you anymore. You're just wasting my time. What is the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there's no emergency, please return to your seat, sir. Do not tell me what to do. I need not to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you're innocent yet?
If you would like, I will prove my innocence to you right now.
What nonsense? I think my eyewitness testimony is mistaken.
Not mistaken, merely that there's room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more.
Consult yourself.
What I saw.
I'm certain that I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. It was when O'Neill saw my pocket watch pointed to the 6th and the 12th. The body was discovered 50 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? Then you, the only person at the lounge at that time, must be the criminal.
Mr. LeBlanc's conclusions seem to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of murder was me.
So, my eyewitness testimony. If you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Harry, do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you?
Das ist immer so eilig. Why is he so irritated? I'm the one accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow, and fast.
Zeit für mich zu trinken. Grape Juice.
So, ich glaube, wir können diesmal ausnahmsweise nicht direkt contradicten.
Wahrscheinlich erst mal pressen.
Ja, würde ich auch gesagt. Und zwar hier. Hold it! That is the most mistaken way of thinking I've ever heard of.
Hold it! No, your silly opinions what is mistaken. Please calm down a moment. Please calm down and both you. In a sense, you're both mistaken.
Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, then I don't know what is. He certainly has a lot of confidence in his testimony. If push comes to shove, if I may need to press him for more information. Okay, then press him auf den Vorne. Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time?
Of course, I saw what was inside.
And you are sure that the victim was in the elevator alone?
Yes, the only person inside was the mistakes man.
This last outburst is a bit too important to let go. Können wir da jetzt schon was präsenten?
Oder mehr pressen. Ah, du kannst ja ruhig.
Ja, ich presse erstmal hier. Wir spielen safe, Hold it! Was he really alone?
Of course, I will bet even 1 cent.
A cheap ante for a cheap testimony. But if that's how you want to play it, I'll happily take your 1 cent.
Das ist schon für 3.
Einfach nur von 1 Cent hier. Wer den Cent nicht ehrt. So. I assume the pocket watch in this case is the one you keep checking, is that correct?
Oh, you noticed. It is a very expensive antique, I will have you know. The feeling is wonderful when I fully wind it up by hand.
It does look very well designed and quite classy.
I will have to charge you if you want to touch it.
That's quite alright. Let's continue with your testimony.
What a cheap man you are. Now return the time you wasted back to me. And if we must, I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock.
Okay, ich glaube, wir müssen wirklich hier einfach
Ja.
unsere Grape Juice Footprints, würde ich mal sagen, oder?
Weiß nicht,
Mir noch was anderes.
höchstens Crime Scene Notes, aber ich glaube, vorher kommen wir mit denen, ja.
Ich würde mal einfach hier Objection schreien.
Vollklappen.
Hahaha, Mr. LeBlanc.
What is it?
There's a very glaring contradiction in your testimony.
What do you mean?
Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator.
Grape juice.
There, at the spilled grape juice. What do you mean, grape juice?
Yes, and we admit you also spilled it with the blood.
No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints.
Footprints?
Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves that someone other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. There must have been another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth?
Can you please translate for us?
Jesus Christ.
No way, that's totally impossible. I guess it's what you said.
No way, that is totally impossible. I know there was no other person in there. I saw with my own eyes. Ich sehe, die haben keine einheitliche Uniform. If you want to know what I think Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us.
I suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then, what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please, just once more, will you recall the details of what you witnessed for me? What I saw, part 2.
I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my seat. Schwitz. I was always checking the time over and over again. I happened to follow that man with my eyes when he passed me. And I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. But I swear, there was no one else inside. No one! Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down. What? Dare you two have an issue with my eyewitness testimony? No, not at all. Please don't understand everything.
Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying, but I can't let this testimony stand as the truth. Okay, es wird Zeit zu pressen, bis das Kind kommt. Hold it! So, are you still upset now?
I'm always upset. The only time I am not is when I have a piece of art in my hands.
It's surprisingly easy to believe that about him.
But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me. Okay.
Kurzer Press. Hold it! Why were you so attentive to the time?
Because something unforgivable was happening.
Come to think of it, you were yelling about something
Unforgivable!
earlier.
I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back to me my time and money! You understand the point?
Movie? Is he talking about the in-flight one that's mentioned in the magazine?
Alter.
Checken wir doch glatt mal.
Da steht der Movie
Da
von
rechts.
6 bis 9.
Ah ja, Tatsache.
Alter. Krass.
So 6 bis 8 ist es eher, oder?
Einen einzigen. Ja,
Tatsache.
6 bis 8.
Okay. Is he talking about the one that's mentioned in the magazine? Oh, gut, dass ich nochmal drauf gedrückt habe. A summary of the plot in the start time. Interesting.
They were supposed to show license to love, love, maim, and murder.
Hilfe.
I cannot see the movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights.
Oder mit unserem heutigen Sponsor NordVPN. Mit einer VPN könnt ihr euch in jedes Land der Welt stellen und dann auch Love, Love, Murder, was auch immer gucken.
Disclaimer, wir sind nicht von NordVPN gesponsert. Aber wir
Aber wir
offen
wären es
dafür.
gerne. Wir sind offen dafür.
I looked forward greatly to the movie. I checked my pocket watch whenever possibly, so I would not miss it. Possible. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. So my watch is not wrong. It matched the schedule. But the movie was still late. Very, very late.
Hold it!
Stattdessen
Your
musst du
pocket
mir
watch.
Kultur
I'd
anschauen.
like to ask you a little more about it, if that's alright.
Der Scooby-Doo-Movie, das ist immer was ich mir eigentlich
So this
anschaue.
movie you mentioned, is it the one listed in the Sky magazine?
Yes. I was so looking forward to watching License to Love, Maim and Murder.
Miss Tenero, was this movie shown on this flight?
Yes, it was shown at the scheduled time.
Sie hat einfach einen Breakdown.
Gerade komme ich einfach komplett durcheinander mit den Stimmen, glaube ich. Ich glaube, ich verschwimme gerade ineinander.
Isn't it possible you simply slid through it by accident?
Nonsense. You doubt me?
No, now stop pointing at me like that.
Das ist unhöflich.
Odd, how did you miss a movie that you was clearly hoping to see?
I checked my pocket watch a great number of times. That's much I know for sure. That much I know for sure. Alter, da hol ich sie raus.
You're sure about what you just testified, Mr. LeBlanc?
Yes, of course. I'm a very busy man. I'm immediately busy when I land. I have many places to go and no time to waste adjusting my pocket watch.
I see. That was a very valuable statement you just made.
Sehr gut. Flatter me all you want, but you will not get 1 cent out of me.
That's alright. All I require is this piece of testimony.
Alter, der schwitzt so hart. Er hat einfach gerade CBT.
Hold it. Since you only happened to see him, it's possible that you missed something in that glance.
Hold it! Even if I only happened, I did not miss a thing.
And how can you be so sure?
Just because!
I would appreciate it if you didn't take my life so lightly with a simple just because.
Well, that one was only making a joke. I saw Mr. Hicks, alright?
Das hier war, glaube ich, das wichtigste Statement und deswegen schaue ich mich hier nochmal den hier an. Aha, Departure Time Zone, aber er hat auf die andere gesetzt, auf die Destination. Mr. LeBlanc, you said this just now in your testimony.
I even said my pocket watch to the destination, I'm gonna get over.
Now, if your watch has been set to our destination's time, das ist der Track, den ich so liebe. It would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination.
Yes, and the correct time is worth its 6 cents.
I would like you to take a look at this.
Ich kann nicht lesen.
If you believe this Sky magazine, clocks on the flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone.
Warte kurz. Ist das rechts? Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Ich habe auch vorhin überlegt, ob es irgendwie Arnie Weil es sieht aus, als hätte er irgendwie ein Flugzeug in der Hand, was aber auch vielleicht ist es auch Jesus oder so irgendwie so ein
Keine Ahnung,
Kreuz.
es sieht aus wie ein Flugzeug, was in Brand ist, aber er könnte auch so ein Maschinengewehr
Ja, aber er
in der Hand
trägt
haben.
das ja auch, also
Ja, ist
ist ein guter Film, ist ein guter Film so
Ja,
auf jeden Fall.
muss man sagen, ich habe 10 von 10 Sternen gegeben. Rotten Tomatoes hat 100%.
Ah ja, schön.
Ja.
Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Miss Tenero, for confirmation's sake, what time zone is this flight aligned to right now?
Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point.
That's right. It was in that small Asian country, the Republic of Sengufar.
But we didn't readjust our own clocks at that time. So right now, we're still running on Virginian time. What?
The time difference between Virginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule.
Whoa!
Further, with your analog watch set to our destination's time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast when compared to this flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. In light of this new information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m.
Das sind $1.000. My 1,000,000 cents!
This should clear up all of the remaining accusations.
So this basically wants the time frame for the time of death, right?
Yes. Because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time, and what was he doing?
I've got something to say.
And you are?
Yeah, I'm Cammy Mealy. Cammy! I'm a flight attendant!
Wir nennen sie einfach jetzt konsequent Cammy.
And what is it that you wish to say?
Well, I think your story is a little different from how I remember it.
Oh, do you mean Cammy?
Also sie haben nicht nur die gleiche Uniform, aber sie hat nur sehr viel größere.
I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in the seat at 5 a.m., you know?
What? How can you be so sure of the time?
Oh, that's right. He pushed his car on while we were parked at the transfer point.
A message from Mr. Iffy. This flight will be making a brief stop to refuel and transfer cargo in the Republic of Sengfa between 4 and 5 a.m. We ask that all passengers remain on board at that time. Thank you for your cooperation. Ah, the stop we made for refueling cargo transfer in Sengfa, correct?
Superb class juice to 10 of our lucky readers.
Yes, it was from 4 to 5 a.m. according to our clocks. Yep, clock.
And during that time, did any of the passengers leave, or did any new ones board this flight?
No. Yes. Not a single person got off or on in Sengfa.
What about the flight crew?
Few who were handling the cargo transfer might have temporarily gotten on or off. But eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane.
So basically I can assume that no one left or gotten on since our initial takeoff. Interesting, I should keep that in mind.
Die nächste Stimme wird ein alter Bekannter von dir, Scam, ich sag's dir schon.
Yeah, and the answer is
Oh mein Gott, so habe ich nicht gesprochen, oder? Oder doch?
I can tell you, but... Nein, fuck. Mr. Acme Hicks was playing his seat when you took off again at 5 a.m.
Bitte rede nicht wieder, Cammy. Alright, that puts the time of murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m.
Okay, now what time did you come down to the launch, Mr. Edgeworth?
I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Sengfa. Ah!
You were here the whole time from 5, yes? And you are the only one who could be the killer.
Not again!
Mr. Edgeworth! Were you really here in this launch the entire time from 5 a.m. onwards?
Unfortunately, yes.
But then how do you explain the footprints? Is it not? It's not that obvious. This man waited for Mr. Hicks here in this launch. Waited to kill him. And then he put the corpse into the elevator. That is when the turbulence happened.
Oh mein Gott, du willst Dings McDonald sprechen, oder?
My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken. Das sehen wir vielleicht irgendwann. But at what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the second floor does not matter. Because the entire incident concluded here in this launch.
Everything happened in this launch? Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc?
Do you have enough idea?
I simply feel that there's something out of place in the scenario you presented. Is there something that I can tie this crime to a location other than the launch?
Das Art-Museum, da. Im Foto, oder?
Nein.
Das ist eine Galerie. Und, ne, wenn sich wer mit Kunst auskennt, dann der LeBlanc.
Ich dachte erst, es geht um den Elevator.
Nee, dann ist es noch ein Teil des Crime to Location, aber dann ist Launch. Den Shop mit den Fußspuren, oder?
Da steht ja nicht drin.
Ja.
Na gut, wir probieren erstmal deine Theorie aus hier. Check was?
Ich würde was sagen.
Grasping
Jetzt, wo
for...
ich nachgedacht habe.
I didn't mean to pull that piece out. It was simple slip of your hand, I assure you. Das ist am ehesten, was der Elevator ist, oder? Oder nehmen wir das hier? Wir haben genug Leben, wir probieren alles der Reihe nach durch. Hier, take that. The murder weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop, which is a thing for some reason. It is sold there, and only there, and is not displayed here in this launch. How, then, did it find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious?
Jetzt in die Kommentare schreiben, wenn ihr jemals einen In-Flight-Souvenir-Shop gesehen habt.
Such a trivial point.
Wobei, da muss ich sagen, ich war ja zweimal in meinem Leben nur im Flugzeug. Ich glaube, es war auf jeden Fall einmal davon bei Air Berlin. Und da haben die dir so ein Package gegeben. So. Das heißt, du konntest so als Kind hast du dann irgendwie so einen aufblasbaren Ball. Und ich glaube, es gab auch so Air Berlin Bär oder was auch immer deren deren Maskottchen ist. Insofern, das kommt am nächsten an Souvenir dran.
Die Lufthansa hat mir damals so ein Ausmalbuch gegeben, Alter.
It only means you prepare taking it from the shop first before coming here. It doesn't prove you're innocent at all.
Is there no way to win with this man?
You can win my heart. Well, if I may. What is it? You see? What is just as Miss Ashworth says?
Oh, and why do you know this so well?
Well, it's just that that piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw with my own eyes.
And when was this?
It was maybe around 5:40 a.m.
Isn't that just before we hit that patch of turbulence?
That's right. You were in the shop just before the turbulence. Yes, I was.
Come to think of it,
Yes.
Mr. Tenero, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door.
Yes, I did.
And what is beyond that door?
That's the flight attendant's room.
Yeah, I know that. It smells like perfume and Phoenix, right?
Phoenix.
Then you were on the first floor? Yes. I had to do something at the shop and in the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first and then to the flight attendant's room.
Are you saying you passed by me at some point?
Yes, you seem really into the issue of Sky magazine you were reading at the time, and you talked to clouds, and you were unconscious on the ground. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by.
I vaguely recall someone walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was.
Anyway.
Hier den Screenshot von Ashworth einfügen.
The piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there.
Why did you go to the shop in the first place?
I went there for a work-related matter.
Work, you say?
Yes, the upkeep of the shop is also one of my responsibilities.
Why did you not say anything about that until now is what I want to know.
In any case, I believe it's clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well.
Shall we head over there then?
Hold it!
What is it now?
Aren't you forgetting
Oh mein Gott, ich habe keine Ahnung, wie ich sie gesprochen habe. Ich spreche jetzt einfach so ein bisschen sassy, weil sie wirkt so.
Ja.
Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop?
forgot. But I have already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're alright.
Huh? That's weird.
What is?
Well, I just talked to the captaincy, and he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all.
Good.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Nero?
It means she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. You said you had permission to search all over, but you don't, and yet here you are.
Deswegen war ich so schnell. You, flight attendant, what are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us?
Vielleicht ist sie gar kein Flight Attendant.
Ehrenkodex, was?
Wird in Ehrenkodex gesprochen. The captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda.
Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way.
Mr. Nero, why would you do such a thing?
Please excuse me. Ich muss mir die Nase pudern gehen.
Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would follow me, I will be your guide from now on.
Oh mein Gott, jetzt muss ich jetzt gehen beide deine Charaktere weg, oder was? There's something about Mr. Nero that has piqued my curiosity. But right now, investigating the in-flight shop is my top priority. Alles klar, dann laufen wir da mal hin. Beziehungsweise, wir beenden diese Folge. Denke ich mal. Ja, ciao, bis zum nächsten Mal.
Ciao.